Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is my 2000 Ford Explorer, and I've got a squealing sound when I start it up. I'm alone, so I'm gonna have to start it up. I opened up the hood, so I think you'll be able to hear it. I think it's the idler pulley, but I'm going to show you how to replace that. Let's try this first and see if it makes a noise. Yeah, okay, I think you should have heard that. I'm going to pull it up to the garage and I'll show you what I think it is. Okay, so that's the pulley that I think it is right there. It's called an idler pulley, and I already picked one up. The belt is, it's got about 50,000 miles on it, but it's in good shape. It's got no cracks and no glazing or anything like that. And all of the pulleys on this are original, 130,000 miles or so. So I'm going to take the cover off and take the intake pipe off, and then we'll replace that. I'll show you how to replace it. Take the beauty cover off and just lay it out of the way. There's 4 7mm screws holding it on, and then we're going to take this air intake passage pipe off. Okay, get your air intake out of the way. Now this tensioner right there, I'm flashing my light on, there's a place, there's a hole, a place for a 3/8 drive ratchet to fit into it. And I've got a 3/8 drive ratchet right there, fit into it, and I put a pipe on it too for a little bit of leverage. So watch, you just pull on it like that. There, you can see me moving it, and that relieves the tension. When you relieve the tension, then you can pop the belt off of that idler arm. Okay, so now I'm just going to unscrew that, and we'll see what it looks like. I want to show you something about this bearing that I'm replacing. I'm going to spin it. Now, it doesn't make any noise when I'm spinning it, but you see how easily it spins, and it keeps spinning and keeps spinning. That means it's dry. It means the bearing doesn't have any grease in it. Now, let me show you this new one. I'm just going to stick my finger in it, and I'm going to spin it. You see how it just spins like a quarter of a turn and it stops? It's got some resistance in it. That's because it's got grease in the bearing. So I'm just going to unbolt that one. There's one bolt there, and I'm going to put this one on, put it back together, and then I'm going to start it a few times, and the real true test of it will be tomorrow morning after it sits all night long, because it was really just a startup squeal. This idler pulley is just starting to go, and then if the noise is still there, then I made a mistake and I replaced the wrong pulley. So we'll see. I'll let you know that. Okay, I fastened that new idler pulley back on there. The belt goes back on just the way it came off. Put your 3/8 drive wrench down in there. Move the tensioner that way. Tensioner goes that way. The top of the wrench goes the opposite way towards your air filter, and that gives you slack in the belt. And then make sure that all your serpentine belt is correctly aligned in all the different pulleys. There's AC there, power steering there, water pump down below, the idler, alternator, and that's the tensioner over there, and it also goes down to the harmonic balancer down below the water pump. So that's all back on now. I'm just going to put the the rest of the parts back on, just that, and we'll start it up. I got one other thing I'm going to show you before I wrap this back up. I noticed some coolant leaking, and this is going to be a separate job. I'll do a separate video. My radiator has got a hairline fracture. I don't know if you can be able to see it or not. I can see it with my naked eye, but it runs about an inch or an inch and a half. You can maybe see right on the top of that printing right there. There's some printing on the side tank of the radiator. The side tank of the radiator is plastic, of course. Right in the, not the middle, but a little to the right side of the printing, you can see a little line going up there. And maybe see a little more of that line up there. That's a hairline crack right there. So I'm going to have to put a radiator in this. But that's another video. Right now I'm still working on the squealing noise at startup. Just thought I'd show you that. Let's take a shot at this. I did hear a little squeal there. Yeah. Guess what? It wasn't that pulley. But anyway, Froggy's going to put this up on the forum so that you can learn something. I'm not sure where to go next. It could maybe be the water pump, could be the tensioner. We'll have to do some more diagnosis. Starting the car, we're looking for a squeal. Stop it. We'll start it again. Stop. The belt is in pretty good shape. It's not brand new, but it's pretty good shape. The idler is brand new. I just put that on there. Okay, start it one more. Stop.